Welcome. Scott here. I am planning to do a walkthrough for Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion for players who are targeting 100% completion. As I myself will be replaying the game while doing the guide concurrently, please do expect that there are some time gaps between the releases of each guide. Hopefully I can commit the time to complete both the game and the guide as well. Generally, I will be breaking the guide by chapters. As the first few chapters have minimal content to cover, so I have decided to lump them together. This guide will cover the first 2 chapters of the game with the optional missions that you can tackle at that point in time. Personally, I feel getting an early power-up will help you a lot on the long term. Before I start off on the guide proper, here are some tips that I can offer. As Crisis Core Reunion doesn't offer chapter select option, so if you miss a trophy or missable stuff, you might end up having to restart for the whole game just to get the reward. Thus, it is highly recommended that you have multiple saves and preferably having a save per chapter. Throughout these guides, I will be highlighting the key trophies that you can get per chapter along with optional missions. If the section is difficult to explain, I will incorporate a gameplay video so you can see on how I have done it to complete the mission. The prologue has nothing much worth noting or missable. Completing the prologue will get you the following 3 trophy. 1. Come and get it trophy, when you won the battle for the first time. 2. Prove your honor to me trophy, when you have Zack use a limit break for the first time. 3. Embrace your dreams trophy, when you have cleared the prologue chapter. Once you start the first chapter, Zack will be summoned to the briefing room. Kunsel will brief Zack the basics of the game. Please do read the mail as reading is important. You need to examine the mission board and clear your first mission. You will get an elixir for your effort. You can access the missions at any save point. After you complete the fight, you will be asked to example the pod for an item where you will get a bronze bangle accessory. Before you proceed to talk to Angeal, examine the pod again for 20 times. Kunsel will eventually give in and give you the cursed ring accessory. This is an early missable accessory. The accessory will boost all Zack stats by 10 and his HP and MP by 10%. However, in return for the bonuses, Zack will be constantly in curse status. While in cursed status, you won't be to access the digital mind wave system. In other words, you cannot level up Zack. Personally, I feel this is an important accessory for early game clearing. It is also an important accessory if you intend to farm the magic pot. After you have gotten the cursed ring, equip it and proceed to talk to Angeal and begin your assault on Fort Tamblin. Before proceeding to the next section, let me provide you a video demo on how it is done.
Lastly, let me tell. Just now, you can also get. You should check. Who knows? Yes! But don't just read mail that you. Well, looks like you're with Angie. Yeah. Hey, there's a limit to the. Hey, here's a. Hey, hey, here's a. Hey, 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 here's a lip. Here's a. Hey, here's a. Hey, here's a. Hey.
After clearing the story theme fight, Zack will infiltrate into the fort. You will be given a mission overview. Enter Fort Tamblin and defeat as many Wutai troops as possible. The more enemies you defeat, the better your evaluation as soldier will be. Wutai troops are lurking within various places such as rotating walls and fortress towers. Make sure you do a thorough search. There is a total of 16 encounters. There are 5 hidden encounters that will be unveiled when you examine the walls or towers. You just need to engage in battle and fill the check marks you need. Don't examine the checkpoint marker until you have done all except for one. If you need help to identify where the location is, make use of the map. Seek out the yellow icons. It is also a good practice for you to get familiarized with the game battle system as well. The enemies here are weak against ice, so make use of Blizzard or Dark Blizzard to take advantage of the elemental weakness. After you have done the assault, you reach the saved point where you meet someone familiar. Do remember to examine the Leviathan statue for a cutscene. Save your game if necessary and proceed to the checkpoint for another cutscene. You will collect the rewards once you are out of Fort Tamblin. You will be fight 2 bosses, Vajradharatai and Vajradharawu. When fighting these monsters, it is important to understand the concept of dodge and counter. Take some time to understand their attack patterns and counter-hit them. One of them will start to charge up for a super attack, Twin Tomahawk, and you need to keep attacking the boss to break their charging stance. Heal up when needed. Upon winning the fight, you will get Blizzard Blade and HP up materia for defeating the bosses. After the battle is over, watch some cutscenes and you will end up outside the fort. If you defeated all 16 Wutai troops during the assault, you will get an elixir, bulletproof vest, a phoenix down and fire armlet along the Hero of the Wutai War trophy. Once you regain control of Zack, there is a save point and a checkpoint. Equip Blizzard, Blizzard Blade, and the fire armlet. Save your game and you fight the Ifrit, which is weak against ice. First things first, Ifrit is solely fire-based, so using Blizzard against him is a fine idea, and one that should be considered with regularity. Otherwise, Ifrit is a powerful foe with fire-based and physical attacks which can quickly take you down if you are not quick to dodge and block. His Hellfire attack is especially potent, so be sure to be quick on the cure spell, or on a potion or high potion, if you are unable to break his ability power, or you will take a beating. Continue to keep the blizzard spells falling on him and bob and weave his attacks, slashing away, preferably at his back or side for extra damage. If you have equipped the curse ring and the fire armlet along with blizzard type equipment, this fight should be a cakewalk. Dealing ice damage will easily wipe out the ability power gauge. Upon defeating the Ifrit, you will get an Assault Twister materia and thus ending Chapter 1. Completing the chapter will get you the Chapter 1 trophy. Once you regain control of Zack, you will be tasked to do some preparation. You need to talk to Tseng of the Turks to continue the story plot. Before doing that, it is time to do some exploration and missions. Do make it a habit to examine the pod before you commence a mission. You can get a Thunder materia. You receive notification that you have a series of new missions unlock. Try to go out of the meeting room and you meet up with Kunsel. He brings Zack out for a walk. Activate your map and go and seek all the yellow markers. In the Sector 8 fountain area, you can see a group of ladies. Talk to the fangirls and join their fan club. Now go to Loveless Avenue. At the bottom right of the screen, you can find a Shinra captain. Talk to him and you will unlock the mission set M1-2. Go further north and you will see a lady in the alleyway. Talk to the lady to join her study group. There is nothing much interest left here. So, return back to Shinra building. The Shinra building has 3 places. There is an exhibit room where you can explore. The other 2 areas are the soldier floor and the entrance floor. At bottom right of the entrance floor, there is a lady. Talk to the lady and she offers Zack a potion. Pick the top option and the potion will restore Zack HP MP and giving him the awesome re-raise status. Remember to talk to the lady whenever you need to refresh the re-raise status. Before I continue to the subsequent sections of the guide which will be clearing some optional missions, let me go through a bit on how missions work in the game. To access missions, you need to be at the save point. When you check the mission, you see the following. Mission difficulty rating: the more stars that a mission has, the more difficult the mission will be. But do keep in mind some of the mission ratings are a bit misleading. Most missions have treasure chest for you to uncover. Generally, you will fight random battles and need to seek the mission boss in the battlefield to complete the mission. There is a one-time mission reward which indicates the reward that you will get upon completing the mission. So, we are clear on this, right? Let's start to tackle some missions. Make your way back to the soldier floor. Enter the materia room. Talk to the researcher at the materia machine and you will unlock the Mako stones mission set. You will get Mako stone as your reward upon completing the missions. Upon getting the Mako stone, you can talk to the researcher and they will use Mako stone and convert them into materia. Doing this mission series is important and you will get gravity and regen materia. On the screen you can see a table that shows the reward for the mission, rewards that you can get from the chests found in the mission stage, and lastly the enemies that you will encounter. As you progress through the mission stages, the fight will start to get more difficult. I have indicated the elements that you can bring as most of the enemies are weak against that specific element. So do check out your equipment before commencing tackling a mission. Do equip the Fira materia once you get it. It is a stronger variant of fire materia. The materia can be found in M8-2-6. That will be your strongest magic ability for this set. Stockpile some ethers, soma, and potions before you tackle the mission. I have the curse ring accessory equipped while tackling the missions. Here is some quick overview of the enemies that you will encounter here. Fly Eye, a floating eye type enemy that could spam magic. You can make use of the silence blade materia or silence magic to make them punching bags. Alternatively, you can keep on attacking them will stun them and prevent them from using magic. Spriggan are toads that are weak against magic. Be warned they can use fire magic. Grash Trike are a mantis type enemy. Do note that they can hit hard if their attacks connect, so watch out for that. Ragenko are birds that use thunder magic. They are weak against fire, so use that to your advantage. Mandragora are grass type monsters and they spam needle-like attacks that could stun Zack. Burn them down with fire to wipe them out in an instant. Slaps is a cluster of flies. They have strong resistance to physical attack. Use fire magic to your advantage. Deathclaw is a monster with 6 arms. They can hit pretty hard with their attacks, so don't let them get too close to Zack. They are also weak against the fire element. So burn them to death before they reaches Zack. Once you have done all 6 missions, talk to the researcher again and get all 6 materia. Remember to equip gravity as it is one of the best early magic materia for clearing early mission stages. Upon completing all quests, you will get the Master Mako Stone Miner mission trophy. Now you have gotten the key materia, gravity, which help you out a lot for the upcoming quests. Let's continue to do some more missions. Let's tackle mission M6-1 look for items set. As I want to maintain my levels low, I still have my Zack equipped with the curse ring accessory. Stock up potions and ethers. Make sure you have at least 5 ethers and avoid expanding magic unnecessary. The first 4 missions feature enemies that are weak mainly against ice, while the last 2 missions are weak mainly against fire. Before I continue further, let's give a quick overview of new enemies found in the set and goodies that you can get from these quests. Worm is a ground-based enemy that is weak against ice. It could use threads that inflict stop, which can be annoying at times. So, avoid them, otherwise Zack will become a punching bag for the enemies. Trap is a bomb-type enemy. Avoid using fire magic as they absorb them. They are weak against ice. If you don't kill them in time, they could self-destruct and kamikaze, thus wounding Zack, and you won't get any rewards from defeating them. Replace Icon are ostrich-type birds that can hit very hard with their physical attacks. They can be inflicted with stop if you have stop blade, and that will turn them a punching bag. Bizarre Bug are bug-type enemies that have strong magic defenses. It is best to use command materia to handle them, or you have strong magic in your arsenal. Now let's go through over the mission's rewards and the chests. In mission M6-1-2, you can get the Chocobo armlet, which will increase Zack's AP by 20%. The accessory is great for a command build Zack, as you need AP to execute those commands. In mission M6-1-3, you will get one of the most useful starter command materia, Jump. You will also get Dash and Attack Up materia. Equip Jump and it will help a lot in handling the missions found here. In mission M6-1-4, you will get the Silver Armlet, which increase Zack's MP by 40% and silence Ward. Ward will prevent status ailments. So, this accessory is great for a magic build Zack. In mission M6-1-5, you will get another Fira materia along with Bronze Bangle accessory. The Bronze Bangle accessory will boost Zack's HP by 10%. My accessory setup for this stage is either Cursed Ring plus Silver Armlet or Chocobo Armlet, depending on the mission that I am tackling. You can unlock the Tonberry quests by defeating the Tonberry found in M6-1-5. I have indicated the location of the enemy on the screen. Before leading up the Tonberry, you can find a chest contain the Fira materia. Equip the following materia: Fira, Jump, and Gravity, Assault Twister. Use potions and ethers. Stockpile a bunch of ethers, as you need lots of them. Don't worry too much about gil at the moment, as you will get plenty of that from farming magic pots. The Tonberry has 9,999 HP. In order to defeat it early in game, you need to keep spamming Gravity, which lowers the boss HP to 1/4 of its current HP, before spamming Fira to finish off it. The Tonberry has the kitchen knife, which is dangerous if it does hit Zack. You can dodge with roll or use jump. Completing this mission set will unlock mission 6-3 Zack the Treasure Hunter, which I will recommend you to tackle it in the next chapter. Now, you have defeated the Tonberry in M6-1-5. It is time to do the M10-2 Tonberry quests to unlock Tonberry. In the last stage of the event M10-2-3, you can encounter Magic Pot, which can be defeated using a specific set of commands. I will be covering them later. Let's go through the enemies that you can encounter here and strategy to handle them. The enemies you encounter here are either Worm or Tonberry. If you are lucky, you can encounter the Magic Pot. You already know how tough a Tonberry already is. So, in order to survive the stages, it is just run and avoid random encounters and go to the end fight marker while collect the chest found in the stages. You can avoid random battles by having Zack pinned down against the walls as he is moving around the field to nab treasure chests. In stage M10-2-1, you can find Silver Armlet along with another Blizzard materia. Do note that you can stack 2 duplicate accessories to double its effect. In stage M10-2-3, other than the Tonberry knife materia, you can get the Mistle accessory, which increase vitality and spirit by 10 and prevents silence. In stage M10-2-1, you will fight one Tonberry. You can use the same strategy that you used in M10-2-3. In stage M10-2-2, you will fight 4 Tonberry. Generally, I have equipped the following materia: Magic Up, Mithril Armlet, the Curse Ring accessory, Gravity, Fira, and Jump. Make sure you have at least 10 ethers before doing this fight. If it is too difficult for you, you can consider equipping 2 Mithril Armlet. Before doing M10-2-3, do spare a big amount of time before you commencing doing this. In stage M10-2-3, you will fight the Master Tonberry, which has a whooping 40k HP. Yes, you hear it right. Gravity holds the key in defeating it. Avoid its kitchen knife, as it most probably will kill off Zack if it does hit you. Before entering into the fight with the Master Tonberry, I would highly recommend you to do your magic pot farming, as you need the upgraded materia levels to make your fight easier. Before I continue to the next section, let me showcase my run on how I handle M10-2-2 first.
Activating combat mode.
So, you will want to ask, what is the benefit of doing the magic pot farming? You will unlock the summon limit break, item mugger. Item mugger will nab you a lot of great accessories and most importantly gold rolling pin, which can be sold for 50,000 gil. So, the objective is to get at least 1 to 3 gold rolling pins so you have gil to fund your supply of potions, ethers, and soma. I am also targeting to get the Shinra Beta Plus accessory, which raises your vitality plus 80, but unfortunately my luck doesn't permit me to do so. I have to live with the results. On the right side of the screen, you can see the list of available treasures that you can get for each level. Do note that the rewards are all RNG based. So, do consider yourself very lucky if you score a ribbon so early in the game. To unlock the magic pot, you need to fight it in a random encounter battle. The method is to keep on running around the battlefield. If you see Tonberry, just run away from them. You need to use the following commands: jump, Fira, gravity, and assault twister, which you should gotten in the earlier 2 mission sets along with the story progress. If you happen to encounter the magic pot but don't have the equipment, pause the screen and choose to forfeit the battle, and you will be given the option to set your equipment. Use that option if you encounter one but you didn't have the correct set of materia. When facing a magic pot, don't take your time too long as well, otherwise the magic pot will run away. Now let's show you a demo on how to unlock the magic pot trick summon.
Activating combat mode. Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
You might want to ask me why I choose to do the farming this early in the stage. The game's DMW system is a random slot roll. Have lesser DMW unlocked will increase the probability of unlocking the magic pot. If you have followed this walkthrough from start, you will have gotten only Sephiroth, Angeal, and Tseng unlock. Adding the magic pot, you have a 25% chance of unlock when you get a successful roll. The lower your current levels are, the higher the chance you have of trigger the magic pot DMW. As you also need to activate the magic pot DMW for 100% DMW completion trophy, you might as well take the opportunity to farm for the slots roll and rewards. If you encounter the magic pot again, don't hesitate to repeat the command requirements again. You can get bonus accessory like the feather cap for a normal drop or a rare docs code. The feather cap accessory is a very nice accessory. I highly recommended you to get it as it will help out for the next upcoming missions. To do your farming effectively, you need to go the area that I have marked on the map. You can make the Tonberry trapped at a specific point at the area where you can watch the DMW roll for magic pot. Do note that the rolls are all RNG dependent. You can take minutes to get a successful roll or even hours. In my second playthrough, it took me an hour to get a successful magic pot roll. That is the main reason why I suggest you to dedicate some time before tackling the mission. While doing the farming, my accessory setup, I have equipped 2 mithril armlet or a mithril armlet plus feather cap accessory. It is a great time to level up your materia and levels while doing the farming. Well, I think it will be easier to showcase some farming videos. To save time, I have cut the specific sections so that you can visualize on how it is done. Make use of the YouTube timestamp to jump to the next section if you aren't interested. I will end this section of the guide with the fight against the Master Tonberry.
Activating combat mode. Activating combat mode.
Better run for it!
Conflict resolved.
guns!
Activating combat mode.
Take out enemies with one blow. Now, do it. One blow. All right.
Bringing out the big guns!
Concentrate.
Oh
Conflict
yeah!
resolved.
Welcome back. Now let's focus on unlocking Ifrit DMW. To do this, you need to complete M5-1 Sample Monsters Level 1 series. Complete M5-1-1 experiment number 101. It is another fight against Ifrit. You can just use the same setup that you have used earlier in the story fight. Upon completing the fight, you will get the fire materia and unlock M8-1 starting out series. Go to M8-1-1 rematch with Ifrit. The fight is harder than the previous one as Ifrit has stronger stats, but the mechanics are the same. Defeat Ifrit again and you will unlock Ifrit DMW. Go into a battle and if you summon Ifrit, it will be added to your DMW completion status. With Ifrit acquired and your stats boosted to a certain level, it is time to do more missions. If you find it boring and want to continue the story, you can skip these 2 mission sets and jump the Banora treasures timestamp, but do revisit them if you are planning to continue. If you have spoken to the Shinra captain at the Loveless Avenue, you will unlock this mission set M1-2 Peacekeeping Troops. This mission set will allow you to get one of the game most common used materia, Barrier. Barrier is a very useful spell that makes your fights easier. You can choose do mission M1-2-1 to M1-2-5 before you do the Tonberry missions if you are running out of gil, as the enemies here offer a decent amount of gil to farm your ethers supply that you need for fighting the Tonberry. Let's go through the enemies that you will encounter here. Stormtrooper is basic Shinra infantryman and you can dispatch them easily. The Corporal is just a stronger variant of the Shinra infantryman. Red Saucer are mini machines that could use discharge if you allow them to act. They come in batches. Sweeper Plus are big machines with machine gun and can silence Zack with silence gas. So, dodge them. At stage 1-2-6, you will encounter Flying Machine which can do a deadly spin attack. So, fighting them in distance or using jump to evade them is a useful strategy against them. The general rule is that mechanical monsters are weak against thunder. You can go for a more thunder-oriented setup. You can also make use of the Thunder Blade that you gotten from the 5% mission completion status reward. When completing the mission, you can get a useful list of stats boosting accessories like Shinra Alpha, 4 slots, and the Force Bracelet. The Ice Armlet is a useful accessory when fight ice-based enemies as it has 50% ice damage. The hardest fight is the Arachno, the guard scorpion type boss. I have level up my HP materia by doing sitting at the M1-1 stage to level it, as I also need for the final boss in the next mission set. This robotic enemy has 2 attacks of notice. Its Shinra Type 100 cannon is a devastating but easy to dodge attack, while its Super EM field is an attack used to light up the area around it. To handle the Super EM field, I have made use of barrier magic and guard button. Thankfully, the enemy is relatively slow moving, so getting behind him to attack him for critical damage is somewhat easy. It's necessary, too, since the foe has 28,400 HP to back up his attack power. Upon completing the missions, report back the Shinra soldier at the Loveless Avenue where you found him earlier. After some cutscenes, you will get the Craftsman monthly key item. This item is required to complete the Flower Wagon missions in the later part of the game. Before we go to the next mission set overview, let's show a short clip of the fight against Arachno.
Activating combat mode.
Take that! Guns.
Concentrate.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
It's been made clear to keep.
Hey, why is it that you hate soldiers so much? We at times... None of soldiers...
I wanted to defeat. Common because we. That's what I hear. The pro. But.
Security, we both...
Quit your blathering! You don't need.
Okay,
I've wasted. Hey, you! I never got your.
soldier, second class. Zach.
Zach.
Remember the Wutai Crescent units? If you examine the Leviathan statue before you go and fight the boss in Chapter 1, you will unlock the M4-1 Pursue the Remnants series. Before I continue, let's quickly brief about the enemies that you will encounter. You will fight mainly Wutai soldiers. They are pretty nimble but they have weak defenses. As you progress the missions, you encounter the upgraded version of them. Just dodge and roll, you will be able to kill them off easily. Do watch out for the Wutai Sergeant class, they can fire guns that could stun Zack and make you vulnerable. They could hit very hard with their single lunge attack. Make sure you have barrier up if you are intending to engage them in close-ranged combat. The Wutai soldiers are usually accompanied by the Phalandir or Below, a fiery lion that you have encountered during your assault on Fort Tamblin. They are weak against ice. So, make use of the Blizzard Blade or Blizzard Magic. You will fight the Vihart Haratai and Vajradharawu again in M4-1-2. They shouldn't pose much a difficulty as you've beaten them before. The hardest fight is against the Vajradharakala. Its ability power requires you to have lots of HP to withstand it even with barrier magic. If you are unable to clear it at this point in time, you can wait till the next chapter when Zack is promoted to first class and gotten 6 materia slots. I am able to beat it thankfully to the feather cap accessory and massively boosting my stats while leveling up my materia at M1-1. As the fight is tough, I have a video showcase on how to handle the boss. Do remember that jump type materia works well against these kinds of bosses. With all the missions done, it is time to proceed with the story mission. Talk to Tseng in the mission room to continue. The next part of the walkthrough will continue after the showcase of the fight against the Vajradharakala.
Activating combat mode.
Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take
Once you reached Banora, you will go through a mountain trail of relaxing fights. At the end of the path, you will fight the guard spider. It is weak against thunder, just make use of thunder type attacks and you will be fine. Its main arsenal of attacks are somewhat innocuous, though they'll do damage to you if you're low level. Its special attacks should be avoided. If the boss uses the EM field, get away from it, because it creates a damage field around him. Type 97 cannon and spider web are projectile attacks that can be easily dodged. Flanking it for critical damage is preferable, but he moves fast, so it might not be possible. Thankfully, it is not that hard of a boss to defeat with conventional methods. Collect the rewards from the chests and proceed to the next area. Watch some cutscenes with Xen. There is a chest near the rocks before you go down to the village. Once you go down the village, you will encounter another new enemy type, the Heli Gunner. It is weak against thunder. Once in the village, you need to locate Angel House. You can collect the chests found in the area and examine the doors to get into the fights with Guardhound, which are weak against ice. There is a save point here if you need to save your game. Enter Angel House for some cutscene. Check the house items. They might be important for the DMW cutscenes you need for Angel and Genesis. Before exiting of the village, let me go through on the Banora treasure chests trophy mission. You will find orange illuminated spots that spread throughout the area. Do check them out. However, you are unable to collect the rewards at this point in time. There are a total of 5 treasure spots. You can find 3 in the village and 2 outside the village. I have shown the locations on the screen. Make sure you check them before you meet up with Xen at the top of the cliff. If you didn't check them, you will miss the trophy. So do remember to check them before entering the warehouse. Once you go up the cliff and collect your chests on the way, you meet up with Xen. Do some battles and you reach the room inside a warehouse. There is a save point here. Go to the next area for some cutscenes. Save your game. This is important for the next trophy mission and completing part 2 of the Banora treasure missions. Once you have exited the warehouse, do check out the 2 chests nearby for some equipment. Head to the checkpoint. You will have a cutscene and you need to do the slicing minigame. Pay attention closely to the tips that you get from Xen. You need to get the perfect hit to get the trophy. If you didn't meet the requirements, reset and load the save game from the warehouse. After completing the slicing minigame, you will have 45 seconds to get back Angel House while collect the 5 Banora treasure spots. If you slice up all the shells, you will get 1500 gil and the slicing soldier mission trophy. If you have collected all 5 treasures, you will get the following items: Ether, Soma, X Potion, Elixir, and a Phoenix down along with the Banora treasure trophy. I have done a video demonstration on this. Let's watch the run.
Genesis has begun shelling the town.
Oh man, what do we do now?
Use timely sword strikes to destroy shells.
What?
It can't be too fast or too slow. Keep focus. Same routine as before. Are you ready?
I have to be.
Pay close attention to the fuse sound and the shell color. That's all the advice I can give you.
Fuse sound?
This sound. Keep your ears open. The sound will indicate the right time to attack. Watch for the shell's color change too. I'm counting on you.
Fuse sound and color, huh? I have to get to Angel's mom quickly.
shelling has stopped. I've just received word. The airstrike is commencing. Hurry.
I hope she's all right. Gotta find her. Now. I can check.
After some deliberation, I've managed to buy a little more time. Go do whatever needs to be done.
Thank you, Tsung.
Those shells are Shinra products too, so you'll be rewarded for destroying evidence of the company's involvement.
After getting your rewards, check your materia setup. Focus on close combat material setup. Command materia will help a lot in the upcoming boss fight. Enter the house and watch some cutscenes and you will go into the boss fight against the Behemoth. The difficulty of the battle against Behemoth will vary greatly depending on how powerful Zack is at the present time, though this is a statement that could be used throughout the game. Unlike many battles you've fought thus far, Behemoth will move around a great deal, jumping up and down off and on screen. These jumps do damage to you simply by shaking the ground, so try to stay far away from him with dodge or block the damage with guard. It will help a lot if you have used barrier if you have that materia equipped. Try to stay away from the front of his body, since he often swings his claws. The Behemoth could hide at other side of the battlefield while spamming homing ray. Use that time to heal and guard. Once he returns back to the battlefield, resume to continue whacking him. His one major special attack is Mega Flare, a Final Fantasy staple, and is an attack that can't be avoided, so be sure to have your healing ready if you are unable to reduce the meter to 0. You will probably dismantle easily if you have followed this guide though. Otherwise, flank him for critical damage and keep healed to avoid any sudden catastrophes. After the fight is over, watch some cutscenes and you have reached the end of the chapter. This also marks the end of this guide. Hopefully you find the video useful. You can find the PDF copy of the video guide in the video description. The next part of the walkthrough will be probably come in a later time as I will be busy with my real-life events while focusing on guides for my main game for my channel. If you like the video, please do give it a like. Please support me by subscribing to my channel for future related Crisis Core reunion video. See you next time. Bye.